The IRS doesn't want you to know that you don't actually have to pay all your taxes right now. If you are a freelancer or gig worker, quarterly deadlines can feel like a direct hit to your bank account. But there is a minimum payment strategy called safe harbor that legally stops the IRS from charging you penalties, even if you technically owe them thousands of dollars more.
It is basically a legal shield. Most people panic and pay nothing if they can't afford the full amount, but that is the worst thing you can do. The IRS is currently charging a 7% interest rate on underpayments, and it is compounded daily. But if you hit the safe harbor target, that interest meter stops running entirely for that quarter.
Comment "do" if you've ever missed a quarterly deadline. I'm going to show you how to lock in your safety today so the IRS stops the clock on your penalties.
Here's how the trick works. According to IRS publication 505, you generally won't face a penalty if you pay the smaller of two numbers. The first is 90% of what you owe for this year, but the second, and this is the golden rule, is 100% of the tax you owed last year.
Wait, so if I made way more money this year, I only have to pay based on last year's smaller tax bill?
Exactly. That is why it's a massive loophole for growing businesses. If your 2024 total tax was only $2,000, but you're on track to owe $8,000 this year, you only need to pay $500 per quarter to be safe. You'll still owe the remaining $6,000 in April, but you won't pay a single cent in underpayment penalties.
Quick poll. Did you make more money this year than last? A, yes. B, no. C, about the same. Comment your letter. I'll tell you which safe harbor rule saves you the most money.
Now, there is one catch for high earners. If your adjusted gross income was over $150,000 last year, the IRS wants a bit more. You have to pay 110% of last year's tax to hit that safe harbor. But even then, it's usually much cheaper than paying 90% of a huge current year income.
What if someone is just starting out and didn't have a tax bill last year?
If you had zero tax liability last year and were a U.S. citizen for the whole year, you actually don't owe any estimated payments at all for your first year. Also, the IRS generally ignores underpayments if the total tax you still owe is less than $100.
That is a relief. I've seen so many people on Reddit saying taxes are haunting their dreams because they missed a payment and think they're screwed.
You aren't screwed, you just need to act. Even if you can't hit the full safe harbor amount, pay something. Every dollar you pay today reduces the daily compounded interest. A common mistake is thinking you can just wait until April 15th and pay it all then. The IRS views that as being late for the June and September deadlines, and they will charge you interest for those specific months.
So step 1 is checking last year's tax return, specifically the total tax line.
Yes. Step 1, find your total tax from last year. Step 2, divide that by 4. Step 3, use IRS Direct Pay to send that exact amount. That locks in your protection.
If you know a DoorDasher or freelancer who's stressing about April 15th, send them this. This one tip could save them $500 in penalties alone.
I'm an educator, not your CPA or tax advisor. This is general information based on IRS publications, not personalized advice. Tax situations vary. Always consult a qualified tax professional about your specific circumstances before making decisions.